Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Port Huron Northern High School for another exciting game of boys high school varsity baseball here on PHHS 6. I'm Carl Stafford. For tonight's matchup, we have your Port Huron Northern Huskies taking on crosstown rivals, the Port Huron High Big Reds. So again, Carl Stafford here for PHHS 6, just about to get underway now. On the mound pitching for tonight, we have Nate Manis.
On deck, number 6, David Seppo.
So, about to step in for Port Huron High, Jordan Galanos, shortstop. So again, a great day for baseball here at Northern. And always a pretty good game when these two teams get together. Just finishing up the warm-up throws. Man, this looks like he's throwing strikes here. Just trying to keep loose before the batter steps in. Catcher called the last ball in, so we'll have one more warm-up throw and a throw down to second, and this one is underway. Throw down to second, a good one, and with that, in steps Jordan Galanos. Coaches for the Huskies, head coach Bob Kearns, assistant coach Larry Mosrak, excuse me if I mispronounced that. But anyway, Nate Manis, the sophomore on the mound, in the first pitch. Strike one. And the second pitch, this one outside, ball one. 1-1 the count. Foul ball, strike two. So got to shorten up the swing now, 2 strikes. Port Huron High trying to start off with a base runner. That pitch up high, ball 2. So trying to get him to chase a pitch. But now 2-2, he should come right at him. Swinging strike 3, and 1 down early for the Big Reds.
Now batting number 6, David Seppo.
So 1 down, and stepping in second baseman David Seppo for Port Huron High. Pitch ball 1. And the pitch, ball 2, 2-0 the count. with 2 balls. Let's see if he comes right at him here. Down for ball 3. So if I was the coach, I'd tell him to take it all the way here. Port Huron High needs base runners. Make him prove he can throw strikes. Ball 4. 4 straight balls and a walk for Port Huron High. Dave Seppo will take first.
Now batting number 16, Anthony Engel. On deck, number 5, Drew Page.
So Anthony Engel will step in. So Manis, after taking down to Galanos to start the inning, didn't find the strike zone at all in that last at-bat. Step up, called time. Working out of the stretch now with a runner on. That was taken for ball 1. A lot of pitchers, including mainly starting pitchers, throw over to first. Got back in time. But a lot of starting pitchers do not like to pitch out of the stretch. They're just used to that long delivery. Sometimes it becomes harder to throw strikes. Swinging strike 1. Big swing there for Engel. Again, throw over to first. Seppo back in time. Not taking a huge lead at first. Again, time while Engel steps out, steps back in, checks the runner. And the 1-1 pitch, he's off on the pitch. The throw down to second. Off the mark and into center field. Shortstop can't back him up, so he will advance to third. And we'll go home now. We'll try it. And all the way around to score is Dave Seppo. So 1-0 here early for Port Huron High. 2-1 the count.
Anthony Engel. On deck, number 5, Drew Page.
So Engel still up. This ball's hit hard into left field. Nice diving play coming in, and that's 2 outs for the Huskies. But still, the damage being done. So with that, in steps the cleanup hitter, Drew Page.
Now batting, Drew Page. On deck, number 18, Josh Rohde.
Josh Rohde waits on deck. Short stoppage in play there. I believe they're talking about a necklace on. So I think they're going to make him remove that. So, quick delay while we take a necklace off Drew Page. He's obviously thinking for safety purposes, so after that he will step back in. There again we see Nate Manis, again the sophomore on the mound tonight. Runners on base, goes back to the full windup. That high for a ball. So again, 2 outs here. Top of the first inning. Carl Stafford here for CPHS 6. We got crosstown rivals, the Port Huron Northern Huskies, and the Port Huron High Big Reds. Big Reds off to a 1-0 lead. And with that, that's the third ball. And Manis is having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone tonight. Normally takes an inning or two to settle down. Just hope you get out of those without too much damage done. Strike one, as we saw Page taking all the way. Now with one strike, I doubt they hold him back here, especially being the cleanup hitter. Strike two, thought it was ball four, but he will step back and now faces a full count with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. So the payoff pitch, and strike three looking, so that ends the top of the first. Port Huron High's on the board, 1-0. Back with Port Huron Northern in the bottom of the first in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, back with the bottom of the first of tonight's game between Port Huron High and the home team Port Huron Northern Huskies. On the mound tonight for the Big Reds, Jeremy Rohde. And first stepping into the box for Port Huron Northern is Tyler Smith. First pitch fouled off. That's strike one. So let's see how Rohde does on the mound again with his team with a 1-0 lead here early. Pitch fouled off, strike two. Shorten up to swing and protect the plate now. See if he tries to throw it away here. High ball one. Gotta expect he makes that pitch with the 0-2 count. Gotta try to get him to chase strike three. That pitch hit hard into left field. Incoming left fielder and will make a play. So one down for Port Huron Northern.
Now batting number 9, Andrew Seppo. On deck, number 11, Tyler Thomas.
Now stepping in, we have the senior Andrew Seppo. Seppo playing third base tonight. His pitch hit hard past the shortstop, splits the infielders, and he's off with a single. So Port Huron Northern with their first base runner of this evening. Now Tyler Thomas will step in.
Tyler Thomas batting, number 8, Alex Zelenek on deck.
Strike one. Went with the off-speed pitch. Ball one. 1-1 the count. So Seppo with a bit of a lead at first. Fake the snap throw. Throw to first. Ball gets by the first baseman, but able to knock it down to prevent it from going too far. So again, Tyler Thomas at the plate. Seppo's off on the pitch. Hit and run, but foul ball. That makes it strike 2. So evens the count up at 2-2. But Seppo was off on the pitch, so gotta believe that was a hit and run. Don't think they'd try it again here with 2 strikes. Throw over again to first. Ball gets by the first baseman. Runner calls time. Brody at the pitch, fouled back. So we'll keep the count even at 2-2. This one popped up. Foul along the first baseline. First baseman comes out, able to make the play in foul territory for out number 2.
Now batting, Alex Zalnak. On deck, number 2, James McMillan.
Now Alex Zonglak will step in. Doing the catching tonight. So 2 outs now. Let's see if the Huskies are interested in sending the runner now. Fakes it, snap, throw over to first. Not in time. Ball 1. I don't know if that was a full-fledged pitch out, but pretty close. This one, strike 1. Runner stayed put at first. One pitch. Taking for a low, strike 2. Huskies have James McMillan on deck. If this inning should get to him. Step off on the mound. Don't think you'd see the runner going here. With only ball 1, could easily see another pitch out. Down in the dirt, swinging, strike 3 though. They won't have to complete the strikeout at first, so that does it for the bottom of the first inning. Port Huron High Big Reds still up 1-0. We'll be back for the top of the second in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, back with the top of the second of tonight's game. Now up for the Big Reds, number 18, Josh Rohde. And the pitch from Manis on the mound. Swinging strike one, big swing. See if he shortens that up with a look to the sideline. Slow breaking pitch taken for ball one. Again, outside, paints the outside corner for strike two.
It's all you right here now. It's all you. You got that middle 12. Come get him now.
Let's see if we see something down in the dirt here. Strike three looking. Paints the bottom of the strike zone for a strikeout. So one down for the Big Reds here in the top of the second.
Now batting for the Big Reds, number 15, Nick Johnson. On deck, number 9, Shane Donaldson.
So number 15, Nick Johnson, steps in. Ball drop, showed bunt. This side inside for a ball. That was ball. Again, low, taken for a ball. 2-1 the count on Nick Johnson. The pitch from Manis, swinging strike two. Chase that one up and out of the strike zone. Swinging strike three through the off-speed pitch. And 2 outs for the Big Reds. They're in the top of the second inning. Manis seemed to have settled down on the mound
For the Big Reds, number 9, Shane Donaldson.
after a somewhat rough
On deck,
outing
number 19, Bill Davies.
in the first inning, but stepping in, we have Shane Donaldson. Pitcher will step off. Out comes the catcher. We'll talk about this for a quick moment. Catching again tonight for the Big Reds, Alex Zonlak. And the pitch from Manis. Taken for a ball. Again, high and inside. Makes the count 2-1. 2-1 pitch, hit hard up the middle and into center field. That will be a single for Shane Donaldson. And the Big Reds have a 2-out hit.
Now batting for the Big Reds, Bill Davies. On deck, Durand Ashford.
Now Bill Davies, first baseman for the Big Reds, will step in. Pitch, breaking pitch, taken for ball 1. Pitch, pick out, or excuse me, pick off play to first, not in time. I think Donaldson has too big a lead. This ball hit hard down the third base line, snagged by the third baseman and over to first, and that does it for the top of the second inning. Nice play at third. We'll be back with the bottom of the second in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, welcome back to the bottom of the second. Tonight's game between Port Huron High and the home team, the Port Huron Northern Huskies. Now stepping in, James McMillan. Batting lefty tonight. And the pitch inside. Bit of a brushback pitch taken for ball 2. Again, Jeremy Rohde on the mound for Port Huron High. Strike 1. Just a bit outside. That was close. Taken for ball 3. Still trying to feel out that strike zone here early. And a 3-1 pitch. Swinging strike 2. That'll bring the count full. McMillan shortstop tonight. Swinging strike 3 and 1 out for Northern here in the bottom of the second. Now in steps Zach Zerr.
Now batting for the Huskies, Zach Zerr. On deck, number 7, Jordan Kerr.
Zerr's DHing tonight. First pitch taken for strike 1. This pitch hit hard, but popped up. Second baseman going back and makes the play for out number 2. That's Dave Seppo playing second tonight.
Now batting for the Huskies, Jordan Kerr. On deck, number 4, Tyler Wagner.
So Jordan Kerr will step in. Another lefty in this Port Huron Northern lineup. Lefty's got a bit of advantage with the right-handed pitcher on the mound. Strike 1. Pitch fouled straight back, strike two. And quickly in an 0-2 hole. Brody's really settled down so far, starting to throw strikes. Turned into a pretty good outing. And a swinging strike three, and that ends the bottom of the second. We'll be back with the top of the third in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Welcome back to the top of the third. Durand Ashford will start it off for Port Huron High. And again, Nate Manis, the sophomore on the mound for the Huskies. Shows bunt. Well, he took that off the catcher gear. But Zonlak seems like he's all right there. Pitch inside. So 2-0 the count. Ooh, again high and inside. I believe that got him on the elbow, so he will take his base. Seems like he's all right. Just barely caught him on the elbow. And caught him on the wrist guard there. But back to the top of the order for the Big Reds. Jordan Galano, shortstop, will now step in. And Ashford already begins to take a bit of a lead. Gets back in time. Goff play to first. But with no outs, Port Huron High would have to be pretty confident in Ashford's base stealing ability, and apparently they are. Throw down to second, not in time, and Ashford there with ease. So now a runner in scoring position, no outs for the Big Red, and no outs for the Big Reds, and a runner already in scoring position. That pitch fouled out for a strike. So again, Big Red's pretty confident in Ashford's base stealing ability to send him with no outs. But now the gamble plays off, and swinging strike two. Or no, that was strike three, excuse me, so strikeout for Galanos. And one down for the Big Reds. They're in the top of the third.
On deck, number 16, Anthony Ingo.
Now Dave Seppo will step in. Taken down low for a ball. Shows a bunt, gets one down the first baseline, but it will roll just foul. So now the corners will play in a bit. And the pitch from Manis. Fouled straight back for strike two. And Manis, after Having a man on second with no outs is close to working out of this jam. A strikeout here would be big. We'll step off. So again, 1-2 the count. Dave Seppo at the plate. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Play over to third. And they have the batter in a rundown. Ashford in a rundown. They will tag him out. So Seppo will be on first, but now 2 outs for the Big Reds.
Nice job, Huskies! Batting for the Big Reds.
So a quick decision by Banis to throw over to third. Ending up paying off there. Now Anthony Engel will step in. Let's see if the Big Reds again will be aggressive on the base pass. Excuse me. And liner right to the second baseman for an easy out number 3. So that does it for the top of the third. Here from Port Huron Northern High School, we'll be back with the bottom of the third in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Back with the bottom of the third now. Port Huron Northern up to the plate. Still down 1-0 to the Big Reds after the Big Reds got that run in the first inning of tonight's game. Pitch down in the dirt for ball 1. Again, our pitcher on the mound, Jeremy Rohde for Port Huron High. Pitch strike 1. Pitch on the outside corner. So again, Tyler Wagner, senior, up to the plate. Tried to frame it there, but still ball. 2-1 the count. Sometimes the umpire will give you that call. Try to frame it just right for him. Didn't sway him there, fouled off. Strike 2. Count evens up at 2-2. Pitch outside, brings the count full. So the full count pitch to Wagner. Hit hard right back up the middle and into center field. So it's a no-out single. Lead it off for the Huskies.
Now batting, Nate Manis. On deck, number 7, Adam Dessler.
Now Nate Manis will step in. Manis, of course, the pitcher tonight for the Huskies. Swinging hard, hit to left field and a line out. So nice play in left field, and the runner will have to retreat to first. So 1 out now.
Now batting, Tyler Smith. On deck, number 9, Andrew Seppo.
So 1 out now, and we're back to the top of the order, and Tyler Smith. Pitch, ground ball to short. This could be 2. Play over to first, and no throw. as Golanos took that one by himself to second.
On deck, number 11, Tyler Thomas.
And no time for the throw over to first, so now 2 outs for the Huskies. And in steps Andrew Sebo. So both pitchers doing a pretty good job of pitching out of jams tonight. So we've had a few base runners. Runners off on the pitch, swinging though. Kind of a defensive swing, and made the play, second baseman in shallow center field. So that does it for the bottom of the third. We'll be back for the top of the fourth in just a moment here on CPHS 6.
At bat for the Big Reds, number 5, Drew Page. On deck, number 18, Josh Rose.
Now back with the top of the fourth tonight's game. Stepping in for the Port Huron High Big Reds is number 5, Drew Page. There's also catching tonight for the Big Reds. A pitch from Manis. High, taken for ball 1. Some heat on that one, though. Off speed pitch. Still misses high for ball 2. So the 2-0 pitch, taken for strike 1. I was going to say, these are not the hitters you want to fall behind by. Drew Page batting in the cleanup role tonight, 4th in the lineup. Strike 2. Just when I said that, Manis back with 2 straight strikes. Now back in control of this at-bat, 2-2 the count. The pitch swinging, high, strike 3, clearly ball 3. But chase the high one for out number 1. So now Josh Rohde will step in.
Now batting, Josh Rohde. On deck, number 4, Jeremy Rohde.
So Manis seems like he can overpower hitters with his fastball at times. Just got to get in there and throw strikes. Strike 1. It's out of this hitter. And the pitch down in the dirt, swinging strike 2. So Manis now ahead of this hitter 0-2. See if he can throw a pitch away now. Ball 1. Very close pitch on the border. Again, going back to the high fastball there. There bounces one short of home plate. So evens the count up at 2-2, and that's the pitch you'd expect to see coming 0-2. Don't give him anything to hit. We'll step off real quick. So again, Manis waiting for run support from his team tonight from the Huskies. So head scoreless. That one taken down low for ball 4, evens count, or brings the count full, excuse me. Manis, yeah, no run support in his favor yet. Still early again, top of the 4th inning. Outside for ball 4, so starting off 0-2 and losing him there to the walk. That's a frustrating at bat for Manis. And now Nick Johnson will step in.
At bat, Nick Johnson. On deck, number 9, Shane Donaldson.
He's got Shane Donaldson behind him. Strike 1. That paints the bottom of the strike zone. Again, he's throwing strikes early. That's what counts. Lost that last at bat, but can't let that shake him. Again, down in the dirt, strike two. Snap throw over to first, not in time.
Hey, stay away from that middle 12. Come get him, Nate. What do you say now?
So 0-2 the count. And again, this is where you want to throw a pitch away. It's okay if you bounce one off home plate here. High and outside, taken for ball one. But the right idea, that's not a bad pitch in that scenario. Pitch, slow breaking pitch taken for strike three. And Manis is now on a bit of a roll. 2 outs now, runner still at first.
Now batting,
And in steps Shane Donaldson.
On deck, number 19, Bill Davies.
Hey, we got 2 now. Let's go. Ground ball, knock it down. Let's get it now. Here we go.
So Manis again will step off. Still have Josh Rohde on first base. Pitch taken high for ball 2. Snap throw, or the fake throw over to first. Pitch, swinging strike. Step back in. Pitch, breaking pitch, again misses up high. Brings the count to 2-1. This pitch just missed high for ball 3. Not quite sure where that one missed. Guess they're going to say it was up. But tough break on the mound there. 3-1 now the count. Pitch fouled back out of play. Fakes the throw over to first. So again, a full count with Shane Donaldson in 2 outs for the Big Reds here in the top of the 4th inning. Runners off on the pitch, hit and run. Ball looped into right field, tracking it down. Diving catch, missed the play though, so we'll see where the base runners end up. Man is coming home, play at the plate, gets it down in time. And he is in there, safe. Gonna say he got underneath the tag there. So with that, the runner advanced.
Now batting for the Big Reds, Bill Davies. On deck, number
Runner
8,
advances to
Grant
second. And Port Huron High now takes a 2-0 lead. So quick conference on the mound. About ready to step in is Bill Davies for Port Huron High. And a tough break for Manis. Just didn't get a good beat on it in right field. Fell in for a hit. So now again a runner in scoring position on second base. Pitch taken for ball one. Goes back to the hard stuff and throws a strike. 1-1 the count. So 1-1 the count. Pitch to Davies. Pitch taken for strike two. 1-2 the count. Again, Manis able to get ahead of the hitter here. Giving up one run this inning. Again, probably be scored as an unearned run. Ripped foul down the third base line. So again, we'll try this again. The 1-2 pitch. Miss high. Brings the count to 2-2.
Take your time, Nate. Take your time, buddy. Deep breath.
And these are the at-bats that can kind of mess with your confidence a bit on the mound. The batter keeps fouling off 2 strike pitches. Got to keep throwing strikes. Taken low, brings the count full now. Now, a walk would not be the end of the world here. First base is open, runner on second. This pitch swinging, breaking ball down the dirt. They're going to have to throw over to first to complete the strikeout, but that will do it. So, another run for the Big Reds here in the top of the fourth. Now lead 2-0 over the Huskies. We'll be back with the bottom of the fourth in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, back with the bottom of the fourth now. Again, still Jeremy Rohde on the mound. Carl Staffhorse here for CPHS 6. Huskies are taking on today crosstown rivals, the Port Huron High Big Reds. Ground ball, high bouncer over to third. Throw a little high, but on the mark, and one down quickly for the Huskies here in the bottom of the fourth.
Alex Zelmack on deck, number 2, James McMillan.
So again, the Huskies still looking for their first run of tonight's game. Alex Zonglak will step in. Strike one. Taken outside for ball one. So the 1-1 pitch now. This pitch hit high into left field. Over comes the center fielder, though, excuse me. That's Durand Ashford in center, makes a nice play on it. And 2 down for the Huskies here in the bottom of the fourth.
Now batting for the Huskies, James McMillan. On deck, number 17, Zach Zer.
So now up James McMillan for the Huskies. Ball down in the dirt. Taken for a ball. Pitch hit hard down the right field line, but foul. So strike one. So the 1-1 pitch, again fouled down the first base line. So strike two on him. 2 outs here again for the Huskies in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Come on, kid. Give it a rip. Straighten it out. Down that ball. Hit down on it.
Pitch taken for a ball, evens the count up at 2-2. Ball down the dirt past the catcher. No runners on base, so no runners will advance, but brings the count full with 2 outs. Taken high for ball 4, so he will take his base. 2-out walk for the Huskies.
On deck, number 7.
Zach Zerr will now step in. Huskies looking for a little 2-out offense here. Taken outside for ball 1. So the 1-0 pitch to Zerr. I think they're going to call that a foul tip. No, he held up, so keep the count at 1-1. Ball again up, bounced off the catcher and back into the infield. So no runner able to advance on that play. This pitch hit hard into right field and down for a base hit. The base runner will round second. So it's single for Zerr, puts runners on the corners with 2 outs for the Huskies.
At bat for the Huskies, Jordan Kerr. On deck, number 4, Tyler Wagner.
So now Jordan Kerr steps in. This is really the first pressure that Jeremy Rohde has seen tonight. On the mound, let's see how he can pitch out of this jam now. Out comes the pitching coach. We'll talk it over quickly here. So again, Carl Staffhorse here for CPHS 6. Tonight's matchup, we have the Port Huron Northern Husky against crosstown rivals, the Port Huron High Big Reds. And while we got a second, we'd like to announce if you'd like to receive a copy of this or any other program CPHS 6 has taped, you can get one for a small fee by calling 984-6621. Again, that's 984-6621. So back to the box, and we seem like we're ready to get going again. Jordan Kerr again at the plate for the Huskies. Again, runner at the corners. No, excuse me, runners at first and second. My mistake there. Pitch home, fouled back. Actually kind of towards our camera, and our booth wasn't quite sure where that one was going for a second. Thought it might hook up in here, but 1-1 the count. Pitch hit hard past the infield, and Huskies could send him home. No, quick play in left field keeps the runner at third. But now the bases are loaded for the Huskies with 2 outs.
Now batting for the Huskies, Tyler Wagner.
And in steps Tyler Wagner.
Nate Manis.
So again, the Big Reds up 2-0 in this one. This is really one of the first opportunities for the Huskies to score a run tonight. So the pitch from Rohde, ground ball to first, and this should do it for the bottom of the fourth. So the Big Reds get out of a jam here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Keep it scoreless for the Huskies. We'll be back with the top of the 5th in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, back with the top of the 5th now. Stepping in for the Big Reds, we have Durand Ashford. Tries to get down a bunt, goes foul. So again, the Big Reds just escaped a big inning there for the Huskies. There, that last half inning. Unable to get any runs out of that situation, but still back on the mound trying. Nate Manis pitching a pretty good game. Definitely settled down again a little bit since earlier innings. And a pretty good pitcher's duel by both sides here tonight. Jeremy Rohde, really that was the first trouble he got in tonight. Swinging strike on Ashford. Brings the count to 1-2. Swinging strike 3. So Manis on a roll. Starts off with a strikeout here in the top of the 5th, excuse me. But in steps the top of the order for the Big Reds, Jordan Galanos.
On deck, number 6, David Seppo.
So Galanos will step in. Again, Seppo on deck. Represents the top of the order for the Big Reds. Pitch 1 taken for a ball. So the 1-0 pitch from Manis. That pitch just barely missed inside for ball 2. Looked pretty good from the box. But ball 2 regardless. Let's see what he goes to here. Again goes to the hard stuff. That pitch was up, but got him swinging. So brings the count to 2-1. Again, breaking ball missing up. Seems to be the story of his breaking pitch here tonight. A little bit of trouble leaving it up. Be careful with that too. That pitch can get hit. And good contact with a breaking pitch up in the zone, and that's. And on a pass ball, Jordan Galanos will take first.
At bat for the Big Reds, David Seppo. On deck, number 16, Anthony Engel.
I know, but I think he swung strike 3. Throw over to first. Snap throw in time. Runners off on the pitch. Again, long wait there. Manis and unable to get the ball down at second. Now the runner on his way to third, get down in time, and he is out at third. So Jordan Galano is trying to push it to get to third base and is tagged out.
At bat, David Seppo.
So now David Seppo will step in. After that wasn't exactly the ordinary play of the year. Taken for, I believe that was a ball, actually. Again, looks like a strike from here. Having trouble with that breaking pitch. That might have been a changeup. Expect him to go back to the hard stuff here, and he does. Again, narrow, yeah. Just missing. Let's say it that way. So 2-0 the count. .20 pitch again misses up high. 3-0. So Seppo's got to be taken all the way here. At least most coaches would want you to be. Again, high for ball 4. So Seppo will take his base.
Now batting, Anthony Engel. On deck, number 5, Drew Page.
So Anthony Engel will step in, batting third in this lineup tonight. Takes a look over at first. Throw over to first, gets past the first baseman. And rounding second, big fence over there, and he's going to come standing in. Going to come standing up into third. So Seppo on third base now, and we've seen quite a bit of base running in this half inning. Huskies with a couple passed balls that have actually allowed people to get on base. Call the officials in here. Have a brief conference on the mound. You probably can. So 2 outs here in this inning. Actually, Jordan Galanos actually tagged out twice in that half inning, actually. Credited with a strikeout and then tagged out at third. So not exactly the play you see every day. But on that pass ball, he was able to reach first on that strikeout. Breaking pitch in the dirt, taken for ball 2. Strike 1. So 2-1 the count now. And Anthony Engel missed just inside, and Manish really not getting the benefit of the doubt on the mound tonight. Brings it to 3-1. And it goes to the breaking pitch, in on the hands to second base. Tough play at first, but in time. So the Huskies get out of this inning without allowing another run on the board. So that will do it for the top of the fifth. We'll be back with the bottom of the fifth in just a moment here on CPHS 6.
For the Huskies, Nate Manis.
So Nate Manis now up for the
On deck,
Port Huron Northern Huskies. And the Big Reds still lead 2-0 over the Huskies. And we're just talking about it in the break how we actually had a strange inning that last half inning, with Jordan Galanos actually making 2 of the outs. Struck out, but actually reached first base on a pass ball. And then again was tagged out at third. So you don't see that all that often. But now here are the Huskies, still looking for their first run on the board tonight. Still pitching well on the mound, Jeremy Rohde. Falling behind here, 2-0. 2-0 the count. His pitch again misses, 3-0. So we're getting that tough strike zone here on both sides. It's a good thing to see. And again, with the way Huskies need base runners, you gotta think he's taken all the way. And he is, high, ball 4, so reaches on a single. On a walk, excuse me, Nate Manis.
For the Huskies, Tyler Smith. On deck, number 9, Andrew Seppo.
So we jump back to the top of the order for the Huskies, playing right field tonight. We have Tyler Smith. Again, a little conference on the mound. Again, Drew Page walking out to the mound behind the plate tonight for Port Huron High.
Look for your pitch. Get down that ball, drive it. Line drive it.
Decent lead over at first. Throw over, not in time. But he'll be watching him closely. Throw home. Taken high, ball 1. So this is exactly what you have to do if you're the Huskies right now. Make him throw strikes. Take these at-bats up to higher pitch counts and see if you can maybe get a free pass here tonight. Because he's been pretty tough to hit, so any free base runners you can get, you got to take them, especially in a close game like this one. Again, taken inside. Runners stopped halfway, but will slide into second safe. So Huskies now with a runner in scoring position with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And again, with Tyler Smith. And with Tyler Smith leading off now, he represents the top of the order. That pitch taken for a strike brings the count to 2-1.
Solid strike. And then again, drive it.
Strike 2, snap throw to second. Don't see that one that often. Make sure the middle infielders are ready for that one. Or he's sending ball into center field. And so advances the runner. Now 2-2 the count. Pitch from Rohde. Ground ball to first. Throw over to pitcher covering in. No, they're going to call him safe at first. So he'll beat it out with an infield single. And now we have runners on the corners. Still no outs here for the Huskies.
At bat for the Huskies, Andrew Seppo. On deck, number 11, Tyler Thomas.
And the Huskies have Andrew Seppo stepping in. Wouldn't be surprised if the runner takes second here. You wouldn't expect to throw down. And he will. And they will throw down. Cut off by the pitcher, though. Trying to catch the runner coming home on that. But a stolen base. Now Huskies with 2 runners in scoring position. Also gets them out of the double play. Swinging strike. Strike 1 on Seppo. And right behind Seppo on deck, Tyler Thomas. Ground ball down the third base line, but foul. Runners were breaking on contact. So it looks like they might try to make it home. And a ground ball in the infield. Ground ball right back up the middle. Won't be able to turn two. Comes home with it. The tag is in time. So a nice tag by Drew Page at the plate. Makes it 1 out now for the Huskies. Again, runners at the corners.
At bat for the Huskies, Tyler Thomas. On deck, number 8, Alex Zelnat.
So Tyler Thomas will now step in. Again, Huskies just need a sac fly to score a run. But a ground ball in the infield. And this being a close game, Port Huron High chooses to come home with it. And a great tag at the plate, again by Drew Page. Let's see what Tyler Thomas can do. Again, would expect to see the runner on first take second base. Step off, trying to catch him cheating. But they pretty much know he's going off on this pitch. Pick off play to first. So again, trying to shorten up his lead. This time they'll come home with it. Runner not off on the pitch, but a pass ball, so he will advance on the pass ball. So now runners on second and third. Again, 1 out for Tyler Thomas. Now again, 2 runners in scoring position, and possibly a hit could tie this game back up. Again, a ground ball in the infield. I would expect Port Huron High to come home with it. Ducks out under that one. Brings the count 2-0. Alex Zonglak is on deck. Ball hit foul down the third base line. So strike 1. So the Port Huron Northern Huskies definitely turning up the heat on Rhodey here in the later innings. It's always a good game. Always a good game when these two teams get together. And again, a great day for baseball. The pitch hit hard into left field. And is down for a hit, so we will have 2 runs score. 2 runs will score for the Huskies, and with a stand-up double. So ties this game up at 2-2.
At bat for the Huskies, Alex
or Tyler Thomas.
Number 2, James McMillan.
Still only 1 out now. And with a runner in scoring position, Huskies could just be aiming at that lead. So again, Zoinlach. Fouled straight back. Huskies are hoping that gets out of play, and it does. It's giving chase with Drew Page behind the plate. A little bit of a breeze coming through the stadium. Grounded right back to the pitcher. Play over at third in time.
Now batting for the Huskies, James McMillan. On deck, number 17, Zach Zer.
So that's 2 outs now. Port Huron High taking the out at third. The threat's not entirely over yet. Still got a runner on first. Again, out comes the Port Huron High coaching staff, and looks like this time we might have a pitching change. Looks like it's number 10, Greg Marshall.
Now pitching for the Big Reds, number 10, Greg Marshall.
So again, Greg Marshall will come in to take over the pitching duties for the Big Reds. He'll be given his warm-up toss. Lefty on the mound. I wonder if that was for a specific reason with the left-hitting McMillan coming up. So then again we see the hitters report here on Northern on deck. Again, James McMillan up next, followed by number 17, Zach Zer. Again, with anytime pitcher coming off the bench. So anytime a pitcher again coming off the bench, thing number 1 is throwing strikes, especially with a man on base. You inherit a base runner. So it's very important to come out throwing strikes. See if the Huskies try to run on him too. Not exactly very quick to home plate. Takes a little more time in his windup. And let's see if the Huskies try to use that to their advantage, but so here we go, Greg Marshall. So McMillan will step back in.
What do you say, too good rep here now?
Checks the runner over at first. Again, lefty with a much easier pickoff move. First pitch taken for ball one. He's gonna have to come into the small strike zone we've seen tonight. Not exactly the easiest thing coming off the bench. Anyway, starts off with a 1-0 count. Pitch down in the dirt and past the catcher. Runner will advance to second, round second, but he will stay put there. So now a runner in scoring position with a 2-0 count.
Knock him in here.
Perhaps settle down a little bit now. It's kind of hard as a lefty pitcher because you always see the runner over at first, and it's very easy to be distracted by him. And I think that was the case there, and just bouncing that one in front of home plate. See if he can settle down now and throw strikes. Again, a little outside. They're going to call it ball three. Again, inside, so a 4-pitch walk. And coming in is Zach Zur.
At bat, Zach Zur. On deck, number 7, Jordan Kerr.
Come on, Zach, bring him in. Bring him in, Zach.
So runners at first and second. Again, still an opportunity for the Huskies here. Especially if Greg Marshall cannot throw strikes. This pitch is hit. Looks like it's right there in right field, and he'll make the play. So that will do it for the bottom of the fifth. But the Huskies tie it up at 2-2. We'll be back to the top of the sixth in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, here we are back with the top of the sixth. Northern ending up tying up this game in the last half inning. Now tied at 2-2. And still Nate Manis on the mound for the Huskies. That pitch fouled straight back and out of play, so 2 more innings. If we keep this at the way it is, we're going to look at extra innings. So again, Drew Page batting 4th in the lineup for the Big Reds. Swinging strike 2 though. Nate Manis again getting ahead of the hitter. Again, would love to see him bounce one off home plate here. Get hit high and hard and into left field. And a nice play made in left field. So, 1 down here quickly for the Big Reds.
Josh Rohde. On deck, number 4, Jeremy Rohde.
So Josh Rohde. Strike 1. So strike 1, swinging strike 2. So again, 0-2 on the hitter, just outside and low. And you can tell by his reaction, Manis wanted that call. So it brings the count to 1-2. Comes home with this one, bounces it off for the plate. So evens the count up at 2-2. For Josh Rohde. Sitting on deck is Nick Johnson. Outside, so again from 0-2 to 3-2. And let's see what he gets here with the payoff pitch. This pitch popped straight up, but traveling up and out of play. So that ball just out of play. So we'll try it again. And again, these are the tough at-bats for a pitcher. Just where you have to continually throw strikes. This one short of home plate. So he will take first. Still one out. And in steps Nick Johnson.
On deck, number 9, Shane Donaldson.
Pinch runner, number 12.
It looks like we have a pinch runner for Port Huron High. It's like Carlos Sanchez stepped in to run. He might. So again, still Nick Johnson at the plate. Waiting his first pitch. Still tied here at 2-2. Carl Stafford's here for CPHS 6. Pitch home. Breaking ball. Taken for a strike one. So 0-1 pitch. Again, snap throw over to first. And anytime you have a pinch runner, you got to think moves to upgrade a little more speed on the baselines. So it's always a threat to steal. Fakes the move over to first. Well, the point of that move, I mean, you really want to try to catch him on your movement, getting over to his second step. This ball's hit hard, going deep into center field and just over his head off his glove. So rounding third now is Sanchez. Coming home, throw high in the plate, unable to get down in time for the tag. So he will take third. So Nick Johnson with a triple and 1 run score. So Port Huron High again takes the lead 3-2. And now with a runner on third and only 1 out, Port Huron High still threatening. Shane Donaldson will step in. So that's a play where definitely I think the pinch runner helped out as Sanchez came in off the bench for a little more speed and able to score from first to third. I mean score from first base, excuse me. Out comes Coach Kearns. So it looks like we will have a pitching change, excuse me. We'll have a short break while some players swap gloves and move around a bit in the field. Let's see who's taking over on the mound. Looks like it's number 11, Tyler Thomas. So getting his warm-up tosses. It's 11. So again, Tyler Thomas, senior, taking over the pitching tonight for Port Huron Northern, in relief of Nate Manis. So Shane Donaldson still waits on deck. And again, with that run and that triple, Port Huron High again takes the lead, making it a 3-2 ball game. Pretty good game here from Port Huron Northern High School on a great day for baseball. So Donaldson will be stepping in with a runner on third. So still a sac fly will score another run. Extend this Port Huron High lead. We'll give him one more. So with that warm-up pitch, Tyler Thomas is set to face Shane Donaldson. Again, we talked about it earlier, the importance of coming in and throwing strikes, especially when you inherit a base runner. Not much time to mess around here. Needing to get 2 outs with a runner on third. Gets down a bunt. They're going to try to at the plate, safe in time and safe at first. So 1 run will score for Port Huron High School. Nice pitch from Tyler Thomas, but just not in time. Really a great bunt effort by Shane Donaldson. Makes this a 4-2 ball game. So now stepping in, we have Bill Davies playing first base tonight for Port Huron High. This ball popped up, but out of play. So 0-1 the count on Davies. Taken inside for ball 1. 1-1 the count.
Hit that target, buddy.
Snap throw to first. Almost caught him leaning.
Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys.
That time called it first. And that's when you often catch those runners. It's not that they're not paying attention or not over fast enough, but if you catch them in between steps, it really takes just a second longer to get back and really makes up the difference. This pitch taken low for ball 2. 2-1 count. Davies wait to get the signs. Runners off on the pitch. Ball's going to go foul along the first baseline, so now 2 strikes on him.
It's your spot now, Tyler. Let's get him, buddy.
So now the 2-2 pitch from Thomas. Hit hard through the infield into left field, and runner will be held at second. So another hit allowed by the Huskies. Port Huron High still up 4-2. Still only one out, and now we're down to Durand Ashford. And after that, it's the top of the order for the Big Reds. So runners at first and second. Saw Ashford get on base earlier. Definitely a speedy player. Wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt here. Try to advance the runners. See if he squares up here. And he does. Let's see if he gets it down. Tough bunt down the first baseline over to the second baseman covering. And the sack bunt will work. Runners advance to second and third. But now 2 outs for the Big Reds. In steps Jordan Galanos, shortstop for the Big Reds.
Galanos batting on deck number 6, David Seppo.
So I don't know if that was intended to be a sacrifice. Just trying to reach on that one, but never a bad thing to. That pitch taken for high. The pitch taken high for a ball. One-0 pitch. This pitch hit high into right field. Chasing it over. It's going to be foul. Let's see if he can track it down. Diving catch, and you got to be careful there. Almost sliding head first into the wall. So 1-1 the count on Galanos now. Inside rush back pitch. He's counted 2-1. So the 2-1 pitch to Galanos here in the top of the 6th inning. This pitch hit hard again. This time it looks like straight away center. In comes center fielder to make the play. So that does it for the top of the 6th here from Port Huron Northern. We'll be back for the bottom of the 6th in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, here we are back with the bottom of the 6th inning. Jordan Kerr will step in. Jordan Kerr will step in for the Huskies. Coach up talked to him. So again, taking over and still on the mound, Greg Marshall for Port Huron High. Stepping off real quick. Back into the box again, Jordan Kerr. Pitch taken for a ball. So lefty on lefty now. Second pitch down in the dirt, taken for a ball. So the Huskies need a rally. Again, down 2. For that last run for Port Huron High. Last inning, excuse me. Pitch popped up. Back out of play. So the 2-1 pitch. Pitch hit hard to second base, fielded well, play over to first in time. Nice play, David Seppo at second base tonight.
At bat for the Huskies, Tyler Wagner.
And
On
one
deck,
down
number 44, Nate
for the
Mills.
Huskies here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So now stepping in Tyler Wagner for the Huskies. Pitch fouled straight back, strike one.
Come on, Wags. Here we go, Wags. Make him be there.
So the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball right back to the pitcher between his legs. Again, tough play at short. Galanos charging and a nice scoop at first. 2 outs. Nice play again, Galanos and at first with Bill Davies.
The Huskies, number 34,
Not an
Stephen
easy
Remick.
scoop. The scoop's almost always overlooked on those plays, but
Tyler Smith.
pretty much just as important. And you have a new batter into the game. It's Stephen Remick, who I believe subbed in at the pitching change earlier for the Huskies, and now seeing his first at bat. And the pitch taken for strike one. So getting the call there is Marshall on the mound.
He's on now. Right with next time to say, get him. Get in. 32. Run her off.
Swinging strike two.
Right swing. Right on the ball. Right on the ball, buddy.
So 0-2 the count now.
Put that head down drive now. Let's go, babe. Watch for that deuce. Stay fastball, though, babe. Let's go.
0-2 pitch to Remick. Taken inside for a ball.
Head down drive. Let's go. Got this, babe.
See if he goes back at him here. This pitch, again, right back to the pitcher. Galanos covering a lot of ground. Throw a little high, but he able to stick the tag at first is Bill Davies, and a couple nice plays from Galanos and Davies to end the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll be back with the top of the 7th in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Here we are at the top of the 7th inning. We're going to have David Seppo stepping in.
On deck, number 16, Anthony Ingo.
So still got Tyler Thomas on the mound.
You ready, defense? You ready?
And Big Red still with a 4-2 lead. Well, the Huskies are running out of time for this one. Taken inside for strike one.
What's in there, Tyler?
Taken high, ball one. So 1-1 the count. Tries to get the bunt down, gets it to the catcher. He's going to play over to first. Nice throw, and in time, out number one.
Good D, good D.
Now
So
the
nice plays by the catcher, Alex
Anthony
Zonglad.
Ingo. On deck, number
Got to make sure you
5,
make that
Drew
throw on the left side of the bag so you don't hit the runner with the baseball. But nice play and 1 out now. And we see Anthony Engel step in. Engel, excuse me. He's playing third base tonight. Taking for ball 1. Wind up and pitch, again taken for ball 2. 2-0 the count. As we get catcher Drew Page on deck.
Right, Tyler. Look in that glove, buddy. Deep breath.
Inside. Brushed him back a bit. Now 3-0 the count. Again, would expect him to take all the way here. Very, very few hitters get the okay on a 3-0 count. Taken high, ball 4. So now runner on first, and Drew Page will step in.
On deck, number 18, Josh Rohde.
Page done a good job both at the plate tonight and defensively tonight as a catcher. People often overlook the catching position. Gotta really manage your pitchers and see how everything's going. Looks like we're gonna have a pinch runner for Port Huron High. Looks like it's gonna be Frank Harrison.
Pinch runner will be Frank Harrison.
So with a pinch runner on first, now we'll have Page step in. Again, so you expect a little more speed at first. Anytime you see that pinch runner. Always got to watch out for the speed, possibly a stolen base. Ball taken high, ball 1. Throw over the first. Not in time. This pitch hit hard right at the shortstop. Snap play over to first. Won't do it. So 1 out, but now the runner is advancing to second. So now 2 outs here in this inning. Nice catch by the shortstop. Thought it was a shortstop. Jay McMillan
On deck, Jeremy
with the
Rohde.
snag. Try to double him up at first. Just unable to stick the throw. So now Port Huron High is still alive with 1 out. With 1 out to go. And Josh Rohde will step in. Time called from the ump.
All right, Pat, we'll talk to you later. Okay, bye-bye.
Quick discussion by the plate. I think they're talking about entering the DH back in after pinch running earlier. Just trying to get everything sorted out. It's a good time. It's good seeing the officials actively paying attention in these games, trying to figure out all the substitutions. Kind of gets tough with all the pinch runners and everything. So we're just trying to sort this out. So again, Josh Rohde facing off against Tyler Thomas. Runners on second. Strike one. Tyler Thomas starts off with a big strike. Again, his role is trying to keep this lead as narrow as possible right now. Trying to leave the Port Huron Northern Huskies able to rally in the bottom of the seventh. This pitch is hit again to the shortstop, play over to first in time, so that does it for the top of the seventh. Last chance for the Huskies here in the bottom of the seventh upcoming. Be right back here on CPHS 6. So again, last chance for the Huskies here in the bottom of the seventh. We have a pitching change for Port Huron High School. Now pitching is number 16, Anthony Engel, playing third base earlier this game. Now trying to come in and earn himself a save here. Pitch taken outside for ball one. Again, taken outside ball two. Tyler Smith at the plate. Takes that inside ball three. So Engel's still searching for the strike zone. The 3-0 pitch taken for strike one. Pitch outside, taken for ball four. So the Huskies with leadoff base runner. And the number 2 hitter, Andrew Seppo, will step in. So again, with another pitching change. Again, this third pitcher we've seen from Port Huron High tonight. Always tough to come in throwing strikes. We've seen that time and time again tonight. We'll see if it ultimately hurts the Big Reds, or if they can get away with it. Runner off on the pitch, throw into center field, so the runner will take third. Let's see if the play at third, safe, sliding into third. So now no outs, and Huskies with a man on third. Again, the score 4-2 in favor of Port Huron High Big Reds. Andrew Seppo up to the plate. Again, Engel coming in for relief, swinging strike. Caught him guessing on the breaking, or the off-speed pitch. Pitch high, taken for a ball. So 1-2 the count now. Ball hit hard into left field. Down for a hit, so one run will score. And Andrew Seppo with an RBI single brings the Huskies within one in this one. So talk about dramatic. Huskies waiting to the final half inning to make their run. Now Tyler Thomas, who is pitching for the Huskies, will step in. As we have a short discussion on the mound for Port Huron High. So we'll break the huddle, and again, Tyler Thomas up for Port Huron Northern. As we see the scoreboard there, bottom of the 7th. Huskies now within 1. Carl Stafford here for CPHS 6. Been a great game so far, getting more interesting every second. Checks the runner over at first, and the throw home. Pitch fouled off. Up and out of play along the first base side. So 1 strike on Thomas. Waiting on deck, Alex Zonlak. Ball hit hard again into left field. Will go in for a hit. Runner rounding second, but he will stay there at second. So runners now at first and third as Tyler Thomas again with a no-out single. So Zonlak will step in.
Alex Zonlak on deck. Number 2, James McMillan.
And McMillan will now stand on deck. So the Huskies looking pretty dangerous here in this half inning. It's going to come down to the pitching of Anthony Engel on the mound. Again, just entered the game here in the bottom of the 7th. Kind of a closer role. Trying to earn the save for his ball club. And the mound looks in. Pitch high, taken for ball 1. That pitch, tried to frame it, still not getting the call. Ball 2. Throws a pickoff move to second. Tough move, but still in time. Still not in time. I mean, get the runner out at second. So still no outs. And the Huskies are threatening. Count still 2-0 on the hitter. Up high, 3-0. And Port Huron High is a pitch away from loading the bases here with no outs. Taken all the way, they'll give him strike 1. Pitch a little low, but so 1 strike on him now. See if he gets something to hit. Ready to put something in play. Again, taken high, ball 4. So bases loaded, no outs for the Huskies. And coming into this inning, we were thinking the Huskies need to rally just the tie, but I hear with the bases loaded, I mean, Huskies are obviously playing for the win here. Stepping in, James McMillan. Quick conference with his coach. Well, there's a little meeting at the mound. So Engel just having a tough time, finding the strike zone tonight. Really a tough situation to ask of a kid to come in and come out throwing strikes and keep the team in the ball game in the bottom of the 7th. And the Huskies are rallying. First pitch high, taking ball 1. They're going to make him throw strikes. Infield pulled in, perhaps thinking a bunt. Inside again. 2-0 the count. And Engel's just the point now. He's just got to pitch. He's just got to throw the pitch he feels most comfortable in and Don't even worry about velocity. Just get it over the plate. This pitch hit hard into left field. Made the play in left field. So 1 out. Runner's trying to tag, and the runner will tag and score 1 run, making it 4-4. So we're all tied out, but 1 out. So a RBI sac fly.
Now batting for the Huskies, Zach Zur. On deck,
From
number
James
7,
McMillan, now
James
Zach
Zur.
Zur will step in. So runners on first and second, 1 out now, tie game. This ball hit hard and blooped into center field. Let's see if they're rounding home. They are sending him home. Let's see the throw. Cut off at the mound. No, and not. And the Huskies win it in the bottom of the 7th inning. So that will do it. So in dramatic fashion, the Port Huron Northern Huskies take down the Port Huron High Big Reds 5-4 in the bottom of the 7th inning. We'd like to thank you all for joining us here on CPHS 6. And for all of us, have a good night.